Looks like I made it live without much issue, which is a pretty impressive feat. I'll let a couple people get on. Good morning, and good morning, everybody. That's kicking on here. We're getting started a little early. Actually, I'm pretty proud of myself because I got on. No technical difficulties going live on here, and as anybody knows, it's been around any of our huddles, and that's kind of I always have technical issues getting started, so it's going to be a good day, guys. It's good. We got her fired up right away this time, so we'll let a few people get joined on here. Good morning to Trina and Tara and Greg and George and Angie. What's up, y'all? Good morning. Happy Saturday to Trina. And I can't tell who the other one is. Old eyes. I'm looking at my phone up here trying to figure out who's on there. So good morning to everybody that's joining in. Look at all these crowns coming on there. I don't know what that means, but I like that. That's pretty cool. Must mean that you comment and pay attention to the videos and are part of the team and are proud of what you're doing. That's awesome. Good morning, Haley. Good morning. Said hi, hello. What's up, boy?
Hi, Dad.
My son back there, he's taking care of some stuff. So as you guys know, it's July, and in July we go up to Chicago on the second Saturday of July for family members' celebration of life. So I appreciate y'all tuning in and going live with us online here, and not in person, but we're looking forward to next month where we're live in person, where we can break some bread together, where we can hang around each other, where we can feed off each other's energy, where we can be around like-minded people. We'll look forward to that next month in August. And also looking ahead, for those of you that are on here early, just a little sneak peek, we're going to be having our fall bash, which, as anybody that's been around Clean Impact for a while knows, our fall bash is kind of like our Christmas party where we throw down amazing food, fun, and games for the kids. The bonfire at nighttime is going to be, I think, the first Saturday in November, if I'm not mistaken. So just kind of keep that tentative as of now. But as you guys know, it's a lot of fun. We give away a lot of stuff. Get to see a lot of amazing people and be around like-minded folks. So, all right, we got some people joining in. Good morning. Good morning to all y'all. Good morning. Leela, who else we have up there? And Sandy and Alex T. What's up? Joshua, how are you today, sir? I know this before chat small talk is always tough, so I'm just trying to keep those of you who are on here entertained and in tune. But it's just a bunch of mumbling. So, all right, well, it's 10 o'clock, so we're gonna get fired up. I'm gonna say a quick prayer over the entire Clean Impact team. Father God, thank you so much for being in our hearts, for being with us, for being with the Clean Impact team. God, we know that through you, we can grow strength in our families. We know through you, we can be good examples and good leaders. And God, we know through you and with you, we can help show people what it's like to walk with God, to walk with happiness and kindness in our hearts, and to be our best version of ourselves. God, we know that you give us strength, you give us courage in hard times, in bright times. You are with us in our heart. God, we just ask that you protect the Clean Impact team and our families. Keep us healthy, keep us inspired, keep us encouraged, and keep our standards set so high, Lord, that we honor and glorify you in all that we do. It's in your Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Right. So, guys, we've got a couple of tactical things I want to touch on this morning, and then I really want to get inside your feels, man. I'm going to get real with everybody towards the end of this conversation. It's going to be a quick talk, so those of you that are joining us this morning, thank you all very much for tuning in, for waking up and sharing your Saturday morning with the Clean Impact team, with the world's greatest, guys. It really, truly is an honor And seeing this many folks that are joining us live, it does make my heart happy. And it makes me appreciate the fact that we are with folks and with a culture and with a team and with a family of people who care about what they do. They are inspired by being around greatness. They set their standards so high that they're able to get up on a Saturday and come and sit and listen through a conversation about being our best version of ourselves. So, guys, it really truly is an honor, and I don't want that to ever. I don't want that to ever deteriorate by as many times as I say that I'm blessed to be on this team. I'm blessed to be on this journey with you and with my family and with your family and with our community. God is great, and you are amazing. So, again, can't say thank you enough to the world's greatest cleaning team. I know, guys, I know there's no such thing as a perfect journey, right? I know that every day is going to be, there's going to be have some challenges thrown your way. I know you're going to have good winning streaks. I know you're going to have good down streaks, and that's just part of life. But if we have a chance to do this together and encourage each other to be our best version of ourselves, to be around like-minded folks, to contribute to the conversations in the community that we're putting up on through these videos, through what Mike is doing, and through the Connect Teams app, guys, we really are just trying to be around like-minded folks. Have you ever, we need to pay attention to what we're feeding into our brains, right? We need to pay attention, so deep thought and getting real is have you ever thought about what you thought about? Right? I know I've asked this question. Have you ever thought about what you thought about? Have you ever thought about what you're putting in your brain and what you're putting in your mind and how that affects everything that you do and every reaction that you have, even if it's subconscious? So if you're filling your mind with a bunch of junk and just, feels like you're anxious shows and crime shows and all this junk where people are yelling at each other, that is subconsciously setting your reactions to everything that you do moving forward. That is subconsciously, you are a part of the 5 people you hang around with the most, right? We've all heard that. We are a part of the 5 people you hang around with the most, right? That doesn't have to be physical people. That could be, the shows that you're watching, what you're putting in your head, the news that you're listening to, the junk that just keeps filling you up. And you guys, we have to be sharp enough to understand that what we put in our brain, we project out in our actions. So we have to fill our thoughts and our energies with good, positive energy, good understanding. And that's why we have these conversations with the Clean Impact team. That's why we're always talking about being our best version of ourselves. That's why we're always talking about making deposits into being our best. That's why we're always talking about staying in front of these things, because I know how fast the enemy can creep in. I know how fast the discipline can leave your brain and you can revert back to the old tactics and the old habits that are not serving you. The habits where you walk around angry, the habits where you think you're entitled to everything, the habits where, woe me, everybody's against me and I'm the only one that has bad days. Those are not good energy and those are not good thoughts, and that is not what we want to fill our brain with, and that's not what the Clean Impact team does. And that's why we're able to have these kind of conversations, guys. That's why I'm blessed and honored to be on this journey with you, so we can learn together how we can be our best versions, how we can shift a culture, how we can change and elevate standards of the people that we are and the people that we're surrounded by. It's tough to go out and look at the low standards that you see in absolutely everything you do. Anything from the cable guy that comes to your house and gives you a 4-hour window and still shows up late, to the guy, the person that's taking your money at the gas station and can't even look up away from their phone and smile at you and say, how's your day? Those low standards are creeping in everything that we're doing, and it's unfortunate that we have to be it's unfortunate it's happening, but we have to be the ones that spearhead and solve and help elevate these standards. And we can only do it through the conversations we have. We can only do it by surrounding ourselves by great people like the Clean Impact team. And we can only do it if we're constantly having these conversations and constantly making the deposits and constantly aware of the fact that we are in control. We can elevate our standards. We can elevate what we say we're going to do. We can keep the promises that we make to ourselves. We can be our best version of ourselves, and then it will radiate out to the community. Then it will radiate out to your family. They're going to look to you, and they're going to want to elevate their standards because they see how proud you are and how fulfilled you are and how energized you are just by putting in your best energy. Just by giving it everything you had, you are going to be a different person. You're going to be a changed person. Your mind is going to change. Your actions are going to change. Your disciplines are going to change, and your habits are going to change, and your reactions are going to change. If you're constantly focused on being that best version of yourself, you're constantly focused on understanding that we're all just trying to be decent, fulfilled humans that just want to live, coexist with everybody else, be nice to people, not have to worry about somebody cracking off if you accidentally cut somebody off in traffic. Or I've seen people get upset just because I'm going straight on a road and I don't want to turn because I'm going straight. That's where my journey is. I see people behind me getting upset because I interfered somehow in my journey of wanting to go straight, that they wanted to turn and it upset them somehow. And I've been upset when people do that too. When I'm waiting to get out of my subdivision and there's cars coming, cars coming, cars coming, cars coming. It's like, man, why am I get so upset about these cars just doing their own daily business because what am I entitled to? Why does that happen? Why are we broken like that? It's because we're not having the conversations that most people aren't having the conversations that we're having right now about being a better version, about being aware of these things, about controlling our emotions and our reactions and how we present ourselves. People aren't talking like that, but we are. You know why? Because we're on a mission to be our best version of ourselves. We're on a mission to show up for our families. We're on a mission to show up for ourselves, and we're on a mission to be fulfilled. And that is so fun to be part of that mission. That's why I'm grateful to be part of this Clean Impact team. That's why I'm grateful to see the comments and the conversations that we have together and with each other being our best. It is amazing to see us raising each other up. It's amazing to see the comments on here. It's amazing to see the comments that are in our in Connect teams of people raising each other up, of people helping each other out, of people stepping in and stepping up whenever it's time. When somebody's sick, we're praying. When somebody's having a hard time, we're stepping in. When somebody's feeling down on themselves, we're encouraging. That is what this is about. That is what this mission is about. That is what our culture is about. And this is what your version of yourself is. It's a kind, loving, strong, and nowhere in there did I say weak, because you have to be very strong in order to be confident. You have to be very confident in yourself in order to be strong. It all works together. But you have to believe in yourself. And the first part about that is, as we talk about all the time, is keeping the promises you make to yourself, the little disciplines that you have. The little disciplines that you have. Are you disciplined? Are you disciplined in your health? Are you disciplined in your attitude? Are you disciplined in the way you show up? Are you disciplined in your finances? Are you disciplined in your thoughts? Are you catching yourself whenever you're making those snooty thoughts in your mind about how dare they? Are you catching yourself in those moments? Are you disciplined? See, discipline is not something you ever master. Discipline is something that you're constantly working on. Discipline is something that you're constantly rewarded by being. You're constantly rewarded by being disciplined. Your body wants to just to go through motions. It wants to conserve energy. It wants to be able to focus its energy on high value thoughts and high value actions. So the disciplines that we have are the reactions that we have to certain things. So you get up in the morning, you don't even know your morning routine. You brush your teeth, you get going, you take a shower, you do your thing. You do the same thing over and over again. You drive to work in the same patterns that you're doing over and over again. Your brain is trying to conserve these things. Those are the disciplines that you've made. Now, if you have to be disciplined enough that whenever a bad thought comes to your mind, boom, it's pow. It stops instantly with a grateful thought, with a thought of it's got to be positive energy, right? I'm trying to think of the word that it comes from. But when we have these negative thoughts, we have to flip that switch. We have to flip that trigger and turn that energy positive, because that's the vibrations that we're putting off. That's the energy we're putting off out into the universe. And that's what's being attracted by the people that are around you. You ever feel, you can feel when you're around somebody, they feel anxious. They're anxious, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. They're sad, and they're angry about everything, so it makes you feel grumpy about things. That's energy. That's the vibrations that people are putting off, and we're doing it subconsciously without even thinking about it. That's why it's important to have these disciplines. That's why it's important to listen to these conversations. That's why it's important to always constantly monitor your thoughts and think about what you're thinking about, because we need the reaction and the subconscious reaction to be the positive one. Remember, we are thoughts are like magnets. We're going to attract to what we're thinking about. We don't want to think about the negative things. We don't want to think about the junk. We want to think about the positive. We want to think about the growth that we can have. We want to think about the version of ourselves we want to be, and we want to become that because of our thoughts, because of our energy we're putting in, because of the conversations that we're having, and because being surrounded by great, like-minded folks like that's on the Clean Impact team, guys. It really, truly is. It really, truly is an amazing ecosystem. We were asked by one of the big directors of the hospitals, like, what is Clean Impact's secret sauce? What are they doing? I just had to, first off, I had to take that as a very proud moment to say that there's people that are out there that think we have a secret sauce. You know what the secret sauce is? I know you guys know what it is. It's you. It's you. It's the energy that you're bringing. It's the conversations you're having with your family and with your kids and with your loved ones and with your friends. It's those things that elevate and is the secret sauce of the Clean Impact. We're just proud of what we do. We know that we have a mission to keep people healthy and safe. We have a mission to be our best version of ourselves. We have a mission to show up for ourselves and keep the promises to ourselves so that we can show up to our family, the people that we love the most, the people we want to spend the most time around. We want to show up for them. If we don't show up for ourselves first, if we don't believe in ourselves, if we don't do the things we say we're going to do, if we don't keep the promises we said we're going to make to ourselves, if we don't show up when we say we're going to show up, everything else snowballs down. Our secret sauce is these conversations. Our secret sauce is you. Our secret sauce is the growth. Our secret sauce is how you're showing up for your family and for yourself. That's our secret sauce. Guys, we have to keep that sauce very close to our heart. We have to keep that secret sauce pumping and running because we know that it's what's going to give us the best opportunity for growth. It's what's going to grow us from within. It's going to raise up our team members into future leaders. It's what's going to grow our company and grow our influence on our community and keeping people healthy. It's going to grow our families, and it's going to raise our standards. It's going to raise the standards of everybody because of the work that you're doing, because of the standards that you're living. We're going to be able to elevate and raise the standards of the people that are looking to us. Guys, that's what I'm going to have about the real talk. I was going to get into some of your feels, man. I was going to have a last 10% conversation where I just remind everybody, like, are you really doing the things you say you're going to do? You say you're going to do something, you really doing it? You're lying to yourself? I was going to get into that, but I tell you what, you guys know that. You get it. You get it. You understand that it's not going to be perfect. You understand that you got to try harder every day. You understand that you're going to be a different version of yourself today than you were yesterday, whether that be good or bad. You're going to slide or you're going to advance. But you're always going to keep moving forward. You're always going to keep pushing yourself. You're always going to keep bringing that good energy. And you're always going to keep disciplining your mind to protect your thoughts and how you think about people and how you treat people and what kind of energy you're putting out there and how you're showing up for yourself and how you're showing up for your family. That's the kind of stuff that we're going to keep. My daughter believes in me. She's walking by, inspiring me, giving me thumbs ups and stuff. Yeah, telling me how much she loves me. I can tell her. Okay.
Sticking my tongue out.
I can't show it. All right, never mind. Okay. So, guys, a little bit of tactical stuff. Just a couple of things, guys. We need a couple of late night floats, right? So if you're a night owl and you want to stay up late and you're having stuff, I see people are falling off up there. We can see who's dropping off, so we'll pay attention to that. The night owls, we're looking for night floats, guys. So what that means is we need people that are willing to float from like 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. if we need you. Like if we have these late night shifts that people call off last minute or call off sick or don't show up, or there are people out there that are doing things like that to our team, guys. I don't know if you know that. People that just flat out don't show up, or people that just call off, or people that just make up excuses and stuff. That happens. It's unfortunate. I'm hoping to elevate ourselves, and I'm hoping to grow a community of people that hold each other accountable so we're not doing things like that. The people that stuck around to the end of this video are obviously those folks that are going to be with us and help hold people accountable, to call people out when they're doing stuff like this. But we need night floats, late night floats. And what it is, if you're on call for that week, it's a late night float, we're just going to pay an extra $50 that week, whether you get called out or not, right? Whether you get called out or not, it's $50. If you do get called out during that week that you're on the late night float schedule, not only do you get the $50 you did, but every hour that you work out there, it's $30 per hour and a minimum of 2 hours, right? So if you had to get up and go out and take care of something, it's minimum of 2 hours, $30 an hour. And that's what our late night floats are going to be. But we expect you to stick around for that whole week. We want the late night float for the week. You're our person that we can go to. We need 3 or 4 folks like that so we can alternate weeks. We can alternate months. We can make sure that nobody's being burdened by it. But we have enough people that are on board that can help our team. So what's happening is late night, somebody's calling off last minute. People are double stacking shifts, because we have a lot of team members that work with us full time. All right, they work one building starting at 5. They don't start the next building till 9. We have some buildings that don't start till 9. We have people that are late night. We need, whenever those folks call off or don't show up or don't keep the commitment that they have to themselves, we have to have people that step up, because what's happening right now is it's really stressing out the night heroes. We have a couple of team members, Dave is one of them, and a couple of team members, George is for sure one of them, that's stepping in and filling up in these last minute, but we can't, it's really breaking down our system. So we need to fix these things. We need to build, we're not trying to build, roadblocks and barriers to success. We're trying to allow ourselves the resources and the tools that we need to be successful. We need to be successful in keeping people healthy, to be successful in the way we're showing up. We want the tools and resources. And one thing that's going to help us with this in our administration and provide a better service for you and make your buildings cleaner if you need to call off and protect you as a professional that you are, is to make sure that we have these late night guys. So if you're interested in being a late night float, again, flat $50 a week plus $30 per hour if you get called out for anything in those late night shifts. That's something that we could really cycle through, and I think that's going to be extremely valuable. The next thing is just making sure that we're focusing in on our process, right, guys? We know what we're supposed to do. We follow our system. We follow our process over and over and over again. So that way, we know that the service that our customer is receiving, we know that they're being taken care of by professionals. We know that they're safe and healthy. We know that they're germ-free because we're following the process. We know that that dust in the window is going to get knocked out eventually. We know that we're remarkable that if we walk past the window, even though it might not be time for that, it might not be the special for, we take care of it. But we, at the very minimum, we take care of our checklist every single night. And if we get done with some time to get, with more time to take care of things, that's when we go around looking for those special, those extras. That's when we go around, put that remarkable stamp, and that's when we go around, put that 1% more on to show the customer that we appreciate and value them. Because you know what? There's no such thing as a perfect clean. But if we keep them from looking, then we'll keep them from going around and finding more. Because when they go looking, they're always going to find something. When they find something, they're going to say, what else did they miss? And then before you know it, you're on this snowball effect where they're constantly badgering us. They're constantly looking around for things. And they're constantly wondering, what else did we miss? The professionals at the Clean Impact team, we don't pay. We don't do those things. We're focused on what we do. We're focused on the intent that we have. We're focused on the elevated standard that we expect out of ourselves and what we put towards our customers and towards the fulfillment that we have. The high standards that we have is going to continue to elevate you to feel fulfilled, to be your best version, and ultimately to change your family tree and to change the culture that we're in. It starts with us. Guys, again, I'm honored to be on this journey. Thank you all so much for showing up on a Saturday. I can't wait to go through and read these comments. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. I can't wait to see who steps up. And I look forward to the time that we get to spend together and growing together. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's an honor. I'm proud to be on the team. If you need anything, let me know. We'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good week.
The voice says goodbye.
Finished?
Yeah, but I'm not sure how to turn it off yet. So I gotta figure that part of it out. We do that? I don't want to tap there because I don't want it to do.
Hit X, maybe.
Will that close it out? We'll get to see. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Bye. Be safe out there. We can at least get to read some comments while we're trying to figure out how to turn this thing off. We gotta get on the road though. Let's see. That's not it.
How about hit the X?
I'll hit the X. Are you sure?